I've come out to the Sinclair range at St John's and we're in Commonwealth Games mode now. The sort of excitement is definitely in the air. One place we always seem to do really well, and no pressure guys, is in the shooting. I've got the two Phils here at a performance, and you look after the shooters that we're going to see here today. Phil, there is a bit of a sort of expectations, isn't there, on the shooters?
Yeah, over the years shooting has provided many medals at Commonwealth Games level, European level, world level. Pound for pound, we are a very strong nation for shooting competitions.
And is there anything that you can put that down to?
Because there's less. If you were living in the UK, you'd have more choice of every sport. So I think people, once they find shooting, they realise that they can compete on level terms, and there's great facilities on the island. I think once people get shooting and get some training behind them, etc., they like to take these things to the next level.
Phil Glover, I mean, you got to make your decisions as well, haven't you, about the teams, and how's it looking?
It's looking very, very well at present. We have 5 potential rifle shooters going forward to the games, to the selection process, and currently we have GB number 1. We have Lara here, who's shooting well. She won the gold medal in the last year Commonwealth Shooting Federation things. The 3 young Ben, who's a junior, excellent, going to be a good shoot for the future. And we're moving on. We got Harry Creevy. Hopefully, we're going to get through all these people through, and Gemma Kermode. And 2 of the girls are shooting multidiscipline events. That means they're shooting prone here, which is what we shoot here, and 3 positional, which is standing, kneeling, and prone. 3 very different disciplines. And also, they're shooting air rifle. And this is the way in Great Britain now to get selected into the mainstream of shooting, is to go through the multidiscipline events. And it's not just specialised prone events as they used to be. And we want to try and get these involved into the world events, and that's the way to go forward. As Philip just said, we have the facilities, we have the people, and as we get the people involved in it, we go forward. And they find there's an interest in it. There's young people here today who are really, wow, I can hit that target, and they're enjoying themselves. Brilliant. And that's the way to go.
Tough decision though when you have to pick the team, or you mean you can't take everyone, I suppose, can you? That's the thing.
Well, we've got 11 names on the long list, and hopefully we'll get all 11 actually on the plane to Glasgow.
Oh, great.
Yes, we've got a really strong squad. We've got, as Phil says, we've got number 1 rifle shooter. We've got clay shooters in the top 10 rankings of the GB. We've got world champions, etc., etc. So pound for pound, we are a very strong squad.
You can't beat that moment when the Isle of Man does score. I mean, I remember back in Edinburgh for the games, was the first time I went there, and we got a rifle shooting medal there, didn't we?
Clay shooting.
Clay
for Olympic skeet. That was Nigel Kelly.
Well done.
And it's an excellent achievement.
Yeah. The whole Isle of Man just went.
Exactly.
They're so proud,
exactly.
weren't they? So proud.
Absolutely.
Exactly, because people really identify with it being a small nation. People really identify with the sporting success, and as you can see from the papers and the television, etc., once somebody actually does win a medal, everybody shares in it.
Yeah. The thing is, though, with shooting, it's one of those things you can literally go from first to last almost, can't you? Just get one bad go and.
Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
It's especially in rifle shooting. Clay, you can possibly miss 1 or 2 and still be really in the hunt. With rifle shooting, you've got to be really consistent. And yes, you can. If you put an 8 instead of a 10, you can go down the order pretty rapidly.
What they're doing now with the prone shooting and the 3 positional shooting now, they use what they call the metrication scores. With electronics that you see we have here, a score now is. The 9 is a 9.9, and what they do on a 10.8. So if you only score a 9.9, it's not quite a bull, but under the old system, that 9 stayed a 9. And as Philip said, an 8 was an 8, and you got knocked back. But now, if you average your metrication scores up at around about 104 point something for 10 shots, and you get into the 620s, it'll get you into the final. And when you get into the final now in both 3 positional and in prone rifle for men and 3P, the scores all go back to 0. So the top 8 shooters start all over again. on a level playing field. And we've seen it here where one of the top shooters in Great Britain actually blew it. He went in first place to get into the final. When he came out of the final in 7th, he was just eliminated in 7th place. And then they keep going down and down until you find the last 3. And the last 3 on the mat, they've all got a medal. The last 3 men standing. So who's going to get the bronze? It's pretty substantial. And then it goes to who's gold and silver. And that's when you see how much bottle and how much nerve they have. And it's the same with field sport when they have the flash finals. It's all about who holds his nerve. And if you can have the finest shot in the world, can go out in the first 10 shots on a final. But it's more for how should we put it? Visual. The finals. It's exciting because the commentary goes on all the way through it. After 3 shots, they're told exactly where they are. The crowd is told exactly where they are, so the crowd understand where they're.
It's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, and it's we train for that here. We had the first ones in Great Britain. Finals were held here last April on the electronics for these new finals. We put them through. We managed to get it through. It was a bit iffy, but it worked, and it's really, really exciting, Paul. If you get the chance to see one of these finals, and our girls. The ladies, when they shoot 50-metre prone, they don't have a final, so it's a straightforward gun shoot for the girls. They shoot, first past the post wins a gold medal, and it's all again metrication scores, so it's very, very entertaining.
Well, we wish you well. We better clear here because I think they're going back to start shooting. We're probably in a place we don't want to be.
Get some action shots.
What they are going to do now here, Paul, is they've had 18 or so sighting shots. They're all in having a cup of tea and warming up and not getting cold, and then they'll come back out, 2 more sighting shots, and then they'll have their competition to see who's the best man on the day. And it's going to be entertaining for them, and it's what we brought them all down for. And yourself, thank you very much.
Pleasure. We wish you well. I mean, really do, and we just hope, like in the past, that no pressure, guys, no pressure.
Exactly.
But
We'll
bring back the
we'll
bacon,
have all the clays in the flash finals, and we'll have all our lot in the finals. Yeah.